worry about the volume. I forgot my mic again. I seem to misplace it, which I'll find it. I'll try to talk a little louder. I know you got the engine noise in the background. Camera's wanting to bounce around just a little bit, but stick with me here. First thing I wanted to talk about a little bit was suspension upgrades, because, and we'll get into it a little bit more in another video. I just thought it was on my mind. I thought, so let's talk what everybody's doing for suspension upgrades. As you've seen in the previous video, if you watched along on that, where I kind of talked about the trail capabilities of the Can-Am Defender. Factory-wise, you're fine. I ride 40-50 miles in the woods in this thing, no problem. But, you know, everybody says that it's night and day difference if you upgrade the shocks and springs. So that's something that I'm curious about, and something that I may do here in the future. So, just a little bit of the research I've done on it. You can upgrade. There's quite a few companies out there that offer a shock package for these things. You can upgrade to the Fox QS3s, the shock therapy springs. All your major shock companies offer some type of upgraded shock package for these Defenders, and I think, from what I've read, that is probably a good investment. So, somewhere that we'll probably go in the future. But if any of you following along, any of you subscribers, if you are running a different spring or shock setup on your Defender, please drop it in the comments. I would love to know what the best setup is. And down the road, if I decide, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to, but if I decide to slap some kind of different suspension setup on my Defender, I will definitely do a video on it. And we'll go through the reviews and what I think about it. Was it worth it, was it not, all that good stuff. But anyways, like I say, we're riding along. We'll go up, get some gas, and then hopefully we'll jump down in the woods. We'll get you a little bit of footage down in there, and maybe focus on some of the suspension stuff, and maybe if I can see a difference, like just going down, you know, a little back road. The suspension feels to me like it handles it okay, but it doesn't maybe. There is some room for some comfort there. So, but I know for a fact that shocks and springs, and there's a huge deer. When you've seen in the video where I said that's a huge deer, it really was. I wish I could have gotten the camera out and got on it quick enough. It would have been epic, because it's June here, or July here, I'm sorry, in southeast Ohio, and our deer still has the velvet on, and that kind of makes it look a little bit bigger than normal. But that deer, my friends, was a dandy. It was already 2 or 3 inches out past his ears. Obviously a full velvet, but probably at least 10, if not more points, and pretty tall on the rack. Sorry I missed it. Anyways, we'll get into that a little bit further here more along as we go in this video, and we'll get you some more shots down in the woods. It has rained again. It seems like it's all it does around here anymore is rain, and it don't just rain, it downpours, like flash flood downpours. So we'll get down into some of the creek bottoms, see what they look like. So follow along, we'll see what's going on. more thing while we're out on this ride. I'll quit rambling, jump down in the woods, see what it's like. But as the rain is quick and the sun has come out, obviously it's gotten very hot. These overhead fans, if you do not have AC, they're the ticket. I know there's companies out there that make them. I put these in myself, and we can go over that one day in a video. If you'd like to see that, drop it in the comments. I can give you links to where I bought them, the speed controllers, all that. All right, quit rambling, get down. All right, so we finally made her down in the woods. We'll see what all the rain done. Been working on these trails, trying to get them cleared out. Hopefully, the rainstorm didn't do too much damage. Check it out. Uphill here, see how sloppy it is. Just got her in rear lock. Oh, guess we're gonna have to lock in the front. A little smart lock makes a big difference. And give her the beans a little, but old Yeller feller, she's got her under control. I'm gonna try to get you all some footage from outside the buggy. So I took over the camera and got me a driver in there and show you a little bit of the, like I say, the suspension on the Defender and what it looks like. This hill, as y'all know, because I'm sure you've watched enough videos, camera does not do justice how steep, how slick these hills are. But anyways, we'll get you a little footage here. Pretty good little hill here. It's like I said, it's been raining, it's a little slick, but she shouldn't have any problems. Them LED lights, those are the H11 bulbs, definitely a lot better than the old factory halogens. Looking good. 370s doing their thing. So the creek is pretty much back down to where it normally is. That was just a little quick rain hit that we had there earlier, so we're not going to ride down through the creek, but we'll go back up here and stay up top and ride through some of the woods. We'll cross back through it a couple times and you'll see that it's not really that bad. So we've been talking about suspension a little bit in this video, and I found a spot here in the trail it's a pretty good off camber, downhill and then back up. So I'm going to get out and shoot you a video of the front of the buggy as it comes down through here. Like I say, front sway bar is removed, rear still on it, but you can check it out and see what you think about it. Like I say, you know, videos don't do it justice, but from over here to over there, it's a pretty good little off-camber section you come across. See how well the factory suspension flexes. That front sway bar being removed though, you see how the tires stay grounded. If I still had it on, probably that driver's side would have picked up a little. It's a cool little uphill climb in this trail. I'm gonna let you guys ride around from the inside, 'cause I ain't walking up that hill. A little muddy, I don't know. We got the rear locked. The front's not all the way locked in, just in limited. See how she does. In the mud, right on the old windshield. So we got that long downhill. The buggy is clear up here on this hill, coming down behind us, and then down in the bottom here, there's a couple off-camber sections. I want to get you try to get you some good footage of. So we'll go ahead and get him coming down the hill, and then there's a log over here you got to crawl over, kind of show the suspension a little bit. And then down here, it's a pretty good downhill. And then right down in there, there's a little mud hole that comes up, back up the other way. So it'd be a good little off-camber section. As this video goes on, there's a couple sections that get a little gnarlier than where we're at. And we'll go on with the camera, show you those, and then we'll end the video here in a little bit on a pretty gnarly hill climb. And especially as muddy as it is out, it might get a little spicy. I don't know, we'll see. So definitely stick around to watch that here in a little bit. But that XMR with that low range and that low gear reduction, you put her in low and she is definitely a creeper. The mud hole's deeper on one side than it looks. Yeah, just fits. So like I say, this trail ends with a pretty gnarly little hill climb. So right there she is. And I know, like I say, like everybody says, videos don't do it justice, but I'm telling you, that is steep. So we're gonna do her. Enjoy. y'all come along for that little ride. And those last few trails, I got a little hot pucker in there. So we're going to calm her down for the night and go see if we can't find a cold beer and relax for a minute. I hope y'all enjoyed. Keep liking, keep subscribing.